Well, friends, 2026 continues to march on and Lubbock's real estate market continues to confuse. So, we're going to jump right into the stats as we always do and take a look at what's happening in the overall market with the market overview first. And then we'll look at buyer activity in more detail, as long as listing inventory and finally interest rates. So, let's talk about the market overview first. Some really encouraging news as the buyer activity for under contract activity continues to be strong through the last 3 months. What's interesting is we had over 556 homes go under contract last month in Lubbock County. Now, this is great because it's the third consecutive month that we've had more than 500 homes go under contract in Lubbock County. This has not happened since 2021, to give you some frame of reference in context. So we're seeing the buyers engaged in the market. What is a bit concerning is you look at the year-to-date closed numbers, we're only up about 0.5%, while the under contract activity is up over 9%. What this is an indication of is still a fair number of homes are falling out of contract once they go under contract initially, an indication buyers are still being very picky and very finicky out there. More encouraging news from the month of May is that the median home price and average home price were both up as they were down in April. So to see them pick back up in the month of May is encouraging as well. Average days on market still a little bit ahead of where we were last year in terms of now it's 60 days from list to going under contract, where this time last year was a 4 days less. So still seeing some extended market times out there for Lubbock County listings. As I mentioned, as you look at the under contract activity here for the last 3 months, over 500. As you look back on the 12-month scale there, you will see no other month on that radar in the past 12 months have had more than 500 homes. March last year did, but now that we're just outside that 12-month window for that, you don't see that. So buyer activity is still good. We just need the buyers to stick with the homes once they put them under contract. As you look at the listing inventory, we've held pretty steady the past few months, really since the first of the year. 1,435 homes roughly listed the first quarter this year. We've hovered right in the 1,450 range, April and May. As of the recording of this video, we are now pushing 1,500 homes. So we're starting to see the listing inventory push back up. That is starting to put some more stress and pressure on home sellers to be proactive and appropriately priced when they're pricing their homes. As we look at interest rates, 30-year conventional interest rates, May was another interesting month. Interest rates continued to edge up a little bit through much of the month and had a slight retreat right as we finished May. They pushed up with local lenders around 6.5% nationally, where they were pushing 6.75 in the peak part of May. And then this right as the recording now, as we start early June, they're settling locally back around 6.25%. It's around 6.3, 6.4 with some of the national lenders. Of course, you may have some questions on how all this affects you personally, but as we look at the broader market and talk about context of things, it's important to understand that buyers are engaged, but they're being very picky, which means home sellers need to be very, very picky as well as they prepare their homes for the market. It's buyers are very, very selective when they choose what homes they're going to go look at based on how a home is presented online. So it's very, very important that they're presented well. And once buyers get there, it's very important that they show well. So if you or someone you know is even thinking about or wondering about listing their house and needs some information to decide if it's worth their time and how much work they would need to do to prepare, we're always happy to have that conversation. Just reach back to us through this email messages, and we'll be glad to help you talk through it. As always, we appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great day.